Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I'm joined by Gathering the Magic, and we're going to be talking about SPS as well as player adoption, player growth, the tightening of the market, and where I believe this is going to go in a medium long-term place, as well as where is Gathering thinking on those things. If that sounds interesting, stick around and stay tuned. And special thank you to Gathering the Magic 1984. Check them out on YouTube for more amazing Splinterlands content. Thanks guys. Bye for now. So there's so many things happening. We talked about how Conclave is coming, and that's going to mean transformation for how we play in Modern. It's also going to mean a lot of transformation for how we win in Wild, because player base shifting, if they move from Modern to Wild for some of the reasons we alluded to earlier, they don't have the assets to compete at a high level in Modern. They say, what the heck, I'll just fight in Wild. That's going to transform returns in the respective leagues. And simultaneously, we seem to be having, right? Like Bitcoin's 92.5 right now and up 150% on the year. And then, SPS is doubled up. We're at 0.4 of a penny or below half a penny in August. We've just been this steady incline. And so all that to say, there's a lot of reasons that I think rewards in Modern, particularly from Splinterlands, will both grow in nominal payout, meaning you'll get more SPS, more units, because fewer participants in the league, and a bigger US dollar price tag, because we've already been seeing that trend for the last 5 months, moving upward, up and to the right. And I don't think it's done. And I don't think it's even really begun, in my opinion, for a lot of reasons. Broad crypto bull market, altcoins starting to take off. This game has been here for 6 years. Other people's bags in other cryptos moving for other gains in smaller cap coins like SPS. So many reasons I'm confident and bullish about it. And that to me brings up a conversation around new player ingression, chasing after those green candles here in Splinterlands. They need a bag of SPS. What would that even look like? You've talked about on your channel and with me also on my channel about how if 100 people came in and bought up cards, there's no more cards. And I think it's 10. I think it's 10 serious people coming in and buying this marketplace. As we look at Rebellion summoners, everyone needs summoners to prove the point of how small the market is. They're not going to probably come in and look to legendaries. The cheapest summoners they're going to look at first. Okay, so you're talking $60 per summoner. Or like 120 for these double splinter summoners. Those markets can be bought up so quickly because there's literally, look at this, 10 cards available or something like that. And if you want to get max, there's really only one. This is the last card for a max summoner. If that's the tightness in the card marketplace, we can imagine how quickly these prices could escalate, which would drive even more interest. But at the core of any interest is, well, they need to have an SPS bag. There's no, you can't chase the green candles in Splinterlands unless you have that SPS bag. Sure, you can play, you can participate. We know that free to play is here and that's great, but the SPS bag is going to come with any that are serious about this. And I'm convinced, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, that most serious players are going to say to themselves they need 10 to 50,000 SPS. And I say that with some degree of reason. I wish I could pull up my alternate account or even look into my SPS bag right now. But I know from recently looking at it that if you want to get I think it was like a 5x multiplier, you're looking at 50,000 SPS. You don't need a 5x multiplier. I know that. But I'm pretty convinced people are going to talk themselves into a bag of SPS, especially at these price points, that looks something like 10,000 to 50,000 SPS. And I wonder if you have any thoughts on, what would 10,000 be, first of all? 10,000 times 1 penny, $100.
That seems reasonable.
And to some will say that's crazy. I'm not going to spend that on a crypto just to play a video game. And I see comments on my channel saying that this game is too expensive to play and no one will ever want to play it. I think those people are missing that the green candles on SPS will mean that the returns from the game are shooting to the moon. If you're getting $20 a day to play this game, you're going to have a different response to putting $100 into this token. And I think Easy. I could imagine thousands of people doing that. And, and of course there'll be some of the whales who will come in and buy 1 million. There'll be a handful of those too. And we can't pull up all the Splinterlands data right now because we're down for maintenance, but the tightness on the market is way bigger than people understand, because a lot of Splinterlands SPS tokens are locked up. They're staked up. They're not even available. And so the idea that, 1,000 people can come in and do that and just buy 50,000 SPS just easily, it's just not true. And I don't know. I mean, you said you use 50,000. Is that correct, Gathering, across all your accounts? Yep. Or what does that look like?
Yeah, my main account where I play, I've got basically a max silver, low gold deck, and I have, I think, 52,000 SPS. I'm trying to remember what my multiplier is. I think like 7 or 8 for where I'm at. My $10 account, I just looked earlier, I have over 5,200 SPS. And then my third account that I usually just play for guild brawls, I think I've got like 1,200.
And you're playing those leagues in Modern or Wild?
Both of my alt accounts I'm playing in Modern,
okay.
And then my main account I'm playing in Wild.
The multiplier is different depending on which league you're in. And again, we have to almost think through the first conversation we had today, talking about where are people going to land, so that we can then begin to pull on these topics are intertangled. It's like, if people move from Modern because they don't have chaos cards, then there's 500 people playing in Modern. The rewards, the SPS payouts will be gigantic. And if there's any price increase on SPS, it's just, there's so many moving pieces on thoughts like this. So, but I'm convinced that any sort of price growth on SPS will drive player ingress, and any player ingress will be this crazy cycle, because any just typical or expected price increase on SPS because of our recent chart growth, or because of the bull market, or because other altcoin gains are coming here chasing after more gains, whatever narrative you assign to it, that's already happening. And then that produces this upward cycle, because that repeats on itself, because new players drive the price even higher, new players drive the price even higher, new players drive the price even higher. And it's that simple for a short window of time. It might be, that's not for everything though. That's like a blow off top type conversation where I think SPS token gets into some crazy places. But right now I'm looking at, let's go BTC. I'm looking at Hive Engine, and I want to just see what it would look like to move the market on Hive Engine from Bitcoin to SPS. It's not what you think, man. It's like a few $1,000. Like right now it's loading the information that if I wanted to move 90 grand from Bitcoin, look at this. Look at how thin this market is. $89,000 going into the market as one Bitcoin. And it would produce 148,000 SPS, which is equates to $1,371, which is to say a massive loss. It's to say that there is not even close to enough SPS, at least on this marketplace. And so I know you can move it around, you can use liquidity, you can do different things. I get that. But this points us somewhere this helps, I think, put it in perspective that if there's any significant move toward the marketplace, because token valuations are growing, or because the card valuations are growing, or because the new marketing campaign is exciting, or because things like auction cards sales are attracting attention, which I think they are, or because broader crypto, green candles are driving interest in diversification, whatever the narrative, you see how thin this market is, and yet they need it. Tells me good things, right? It says blow off tops that's how blow off tops get crazy, because they need it and there's not enough of it. That tightness in liquidity drives crazy gains. That's how things go into a place that doesn't make sense. That's how, 10 cents to me feels pretty reasonable. I think 40 cents is like the outside. My mind actually goes 10 cents feels like a reasonable bull market craze, and 40 cents to me feels like a possible or plausible blow off top. I'm not predicting it. What I'm saying is I could imagine that they would be possible because of the mechanics and the tightness of market liquidity, the amount that's locked up in stake, the desirability for, chasing after this game and the green candles, all of that, the fullness of everything that is going on in this market. If you don't have any numbers or thoughts, I'm okay with, we can just move on. But what do you think about that? Even on my numbers that I'm proposing?
Well, the one thing that I'm wondering about listening to all that is the rental market. Now, I've never rented SPS, so I don't know how deep the market is there. But if people aren't able to buy, how quickly is the rental SPS market going to dry up, and how much are those prices going to go up for where they are currently?
Yeah, that's a good. I rent SPS, like I used to anyways, rent tokens. Let's see, Peak Monsters may have this answer for us right now. Look at the daily price per SPS is 001 DEC. And so...
At all, but looking at those prices now, I can't see them staying where they are over the next few months. As people come into the game, want to get started, they're going to go to the rental market, and I believe those prices are going to go up, maybe multiples of where they are now. That just seems way too cheap to rent that much SPS for, just a couple hundred DEC.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like open bids. So these are the bids. These are what people are offering. Like, hey, I'll take 600,000 SPS and I'll give you that. That's a 2.99% APR. If SPS is doubling, tripling, 10xing in price, there's no way that these APRs stay this low, because there's a market force that says, okay, wow, SPS US dollar valuation is shooting to the moon. The utility of the token I'm borrowing on this marketplace has gone up. I can't price it that low anymore. Also, the buyer says the gains in this game are too substantial. There's more buyers who are like, I need that bag. And so there's just no way that natural market forces allow this APR to remain that low, or that this daily DEC price point remains that low per SPS in a place where SPS is spiking. Now, maybe to put a bow on this conversation though, it's conceivable I'm wrong, that SPS prices are not going to go 10x or 40x as I say is plausible. It's possible the bull market doesn't come to us. I don't think that's likely, but I think it's not a zero chance that we miss it. It's like it's got to be in that conversation. So hence I'm not taking a mortgage and buying SPS. I've made my bag over the last several years with respect to SPS, with respect to cards in this game. I'm excited and I believe where we are and where we're going to go, but I'm not acting in this moment on some sort of price prediction or FOMO because I just speculate a 10x is happening or likely. Like, that's the word I would use. In my mind, 10 cents is probably likely, 8 to 10 cents. But yeah, I mean, as exciting as all that is, it's just conjecture, and I'm hopeful. But in the next, I think, 90 to 120 days, we are going to see the reality that's going to come. I don't think it's 12 months out or 18 months out. I think this moment is actually here, and it's now, or it's not happening.
Just for me, SPS, I think it depends on how many new players come in the next 6 to 8 months. How much of a demand there is for SPS. For me, where I see the huge SPS price spike is once it's no longer given away. Once you don't get it in staking rewards, once you don't even get it in battle rewards, and they're going to have to figure out what the new rank rewards are going to be. When it's not given away and you have to go out and buy it, you can't earn it. That's when you're going to see multiples upon multiples of where it is now. I don't know, just to throw it out there, in 2025, where do I see SPS? If we get another doubling in the player base, let's say another 2,000 people playing every day, I can see SPS going, like you said, anywhere 5 to 10 cents. 2-3 years from now, once SPS is no longer given out, and hopefully there's never going to be a proposal to print more or create more. If we stay where we're at, looking at how much SPS is going to get burnt over the next year or two for DEC, I can see SPS easily 100x from where it is now, if not more.
Yeah.
But that's 2-3 years from now.
But it's crazy that it's only 2-3 years from now. I first of all, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. there's a lot more printing that happened between now and then. So, there's reason to suggest that we should say there's two sides to that coin. One, you're making the point that once it's no longer being created, there should be a tightening of the market and a price growth. But two, the other side of that coin is during the intervening 2 years, while it's being minted and being released, it should continue to fall. There's going to be spikes up and down along that path, as there always is in every token. And some of those ebbs and flows will be determined by the sustainable player growth that we either get or don't get. Meaning, if in this bull market we see 20,000 new players come and stay, that will be a different consideration on the tokenomics than if we have 2,000 players that come and stay, or 100,000 that come and stay. Those are very different realities, and only time will show us where we land in that. I do agree that if this game is here thriving in 4 years, 5 years, when the next bull market comes and when SPS is then no longer being minted, wow, that's exciting times. And that is why, two pieces, that is a big part of why I will never sell my entire bag. Splinterlands is not just an opportunity for me, it's entertainment, as I know you feel the same way, Gathering. Like, this is fun, you like it, you play it not just for the reward but for the entertainment. And so I would never, because of I do see an opportunity long term, but I'm also just enjoying the process, right? So I would never sell my whole bag, even if we saw 40 cents this cycle, right? It's something crazy like that. I don't think any number would let me sell all. If we went to $5, which I do not think we will, something crazy, I'm still not doing. Still not selling everything, because I just like the process of playing. Is there any number that you'd be like, okay, I'm out?
No, as you know, I'm trying to stick to my 10% thing. So as it goes up, I'll just sell little bits and pieces here and there.
Okay, pal, I will let you go on that, but just everybody check out Gathering the Magic 1984 on YouTube, and that's correct, right, bud?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. That's it.
And looking forward to the content, and just thanks for coming to hang out and everything. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, always a pleasure. Remember, guys, stay the course, keep on forging, have fun, and here's to a great end of 2024 and what I think is going to be an amazing 2025.
Absolutely. Okay, pal. Have an awesome day.
All right. Take care.